Okay, let's just get out of that story quickly and go back to OR Tambo International Airport, where our reporter Malungelo Booi is there to welcome back the South African responders who went to assist in Mozambique. And you can see there along with them is our reporter Dason Thathia, as he just gives some of the rescuers his hugs. This is, of course, a team from Rescue SA. Malungelo, you are with the team right now. You can see they're quite emotional.
That's right. In fact, we're just going to speak to one of my colleagues, Dason Thathia. Dude, how are you?
Tired. And it's just been such an incredible trip. Yeah.
I know you've covered so many stories like this, but tell me about, is this the worst? Because a lot of people have been saying that this is the worst.
Certainly, Malu. In fact, if I had to tell you exactly what this team went through to save those lives, we'd be here all day, really. It was life-changing. It was painful, it was heartwarming, it was all of these emotions rolled into one at the same time. What you see behind us here, this is the first team that's now come back. Fatigue was starting to set in. You know, they've been there for a while. There is a relief team that's now taken over while those operations continue.
I mean, how did they do it? Because if the infrastructure there, roads are also washed away, how did it all unfold?
And that's exactly it. When we got there, we had driven along the main road that leads into Beira and the other cities there. When we actually get out to get cell phone signal, this road, and about 70 kilometers down, when we were sitting here looking at our phones while Dylan was driving, and we look up and there's a traffic jam, and then we realize that the road's gone. It's been completely washed out. So that made it increasingly difficult to get supplies in there. There were fears that fuel would run out, and that's when the choppers had to come in to start flying in aid.
Dason Thathia, thank you very much. Welcome back home, dude. Thank you. All right, Tony, we're going to try and see if we can speak to just some of the rescuers as soon as we get a moment. Hi there, my name is Malungelo from eNCA. Welcome home.
Thank you. Yeah, it's quite a nice welcome. It wasn't expected from the community.
Okay. Just tell me about your work in Mozambique. When you arrived there, what was the first thing you had to respond to?
Well, it was complete chaos. We arrived literally a couple of hours after the storm hit, and there was multiple rescues to be done. There was a team set up from South Africa, from Rescue SA, consisting of numerous organizations, including RPS Medical Rescue. Our first rescue was done at night in harsh conditions, raining, strong winds. The next day is continued of complete aeromedical rescues, highline slinging. All the rescues were very technical. The team has come back due to fatigue and due to complex rescues. We didn't want to put the lives in danger of the rescuers and of the patients. A relief team was set up from Rescue SA, and they're currently there to continue the work.
I just need to get a sense as to how many people were you guys able to at least rescue?
I think the last total was just under 500, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, 500 rescued, and I believe the number of, I think it's 15,000 were brought to safety.
I mean, you left that country, but I suppose the need remains huge.
The need's massive. It's not even the tip of the iceberg. The relief efforts, multiple more organizations have been called in. I believe UN is there already, but there's lots more to happen. The rescue work is fading out. However, the relief and the aid is much more help needed.
I mean, is it the worst you've seen?
Yes, it is. Chatting to the guys from Rescue SA, which we went up with, they've done numerous cross-border missions, and this has been one of the worst hits, ones they've also attended, yes.
When you're leaving behind the people that you have rescued and you're leaving them, they don't have anything, how does that make you feel?
I think we need to focus on the fact that we brought them to safety. They've now got a roof over their head, a warm blanket and some food. The conditions they were in was obviously much worse. So I think if my team and I can concentrate on that, we'll be fine.
But I've got to ask you this question though, but how did you guys keep going? Because in situations like this, it's very emotional.
Yeah. Look, it was a selected team that went up, and I don't know to say. We kept on going because the the faces that we saw when we rescued them, it was unbelievable. It was comforting.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's bring you in. Thank you so much for talking to us. I mean, tell me about your work in Mozambique.
Our work in Mozambique was mainly rescue. We were there to obviously rescue the entrapped, the guys that were completely on landlocked pieces on trees, on little landlocked little islands, to take them out to safety, as well as the injured. We brought a few injured people back through to the airport itself, had them transported out to necessary hospitals and had them seen to.
What kind of injuries did they have?
It was going on to close into septicemia. They'd been in water for extended periods of time, say to 3 to 4 days, as well as babies that had lots of rashes. There was a lot of septicemia with regards to feet and stuff. And then other injuries where kids had broken legs, broken arms, and those were things that we needed to treat as well.
I mean, I've got to ask you this question. What kept you going?
Knowing that those people needed to be rescued. They had nothing. They had no food, they had no water, they had nothing. They were cold, and seeing the relief on their faces once we had rescued them, we knew we had to go back for more.
Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. All right, Tony, those are just some of the South African heroes that worked tirelessly in Mozambique to assist in rescuing and also helping those really that found themselves at the mercy of this cyclone Idai. It's back to you.
Malungelo Booi, thank you so much there. Malungelo talking to the members of Rescue SA, different teams going to Mozambique under the banner of Rescue South Africa.